I'm happy to welcome to the studio Vice President and Senior Loan Officer at Nova Home Loans, Ian Brannon. Thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having me again, Jody.
Yeah, we always love having you. We always learn something new, and it's really a great time right now to go out there and get that new home.
Absolutely.
Now, I know there's a lot of reasons why people come to you, but what are you seeing out there?
Well, right now I'm seeing a lot of buyers that are renting right now and come to the realization that now is a fantastic opportunity to purchase a home. Just today I pre-qualified a gentleman who I've been speaking to for over a year about home ownership, and today he said, you know what, Ian, I'm ready, and I couldn't agree with him more. The loan program that I put together for him is for a pre-qualification of $150,000. It's 0% down, so it's 100% financing, and his monthly payment is about $900 a month, including taxes and insurance. It's only a few $100s more than what he's paying in rent. He's currently renting in an apartment. So he's going from an apartment to a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home with a yard, and he couldn't be happier. So right now is a very opportunistic time to purchase. For that reason, you can own for about what you're paying in rent. And another reason is consumer confidence is really high right now, especially in Tucson. You know, people feel good about their job position. They feel good about stability in the market. And the other benefit is values haven't shot up. The values are, they're consistent. They're affordable, and you can afford the house, and similar to what you're paying in rent, and rates are still low. This gentleman, 3.75, 100% financing. How can you beat getting a rate in the threes with no money down?
Definitely.
You really can't.
You're exactly right. And I look back to the point when I sold my home about 1.5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I had owned the home for about 3 years. And the amount of money that I made off the sale more than covered all those months that I paid. I actually basically lived in that house for free.
Yeah.
Sold it, and then actually made money on top of it.
Right.
Which is amazing to me, is that, especially right now with our market the way it is, when you pay that rent, you're paying somebody else's mortgage that they're going to profit from down the road, and you're not getting any return on that money.
Correct. And speaking of sellers, the holidays, we're right in the middle of the holidays, and the holidays is a fantastic time for sellers to put their home on the market. Most people would say, well, I'm going to wait until January or February, maybe even the spring, because that's when more buyers are going to come out. But if you think about it, it makes sense. Most people do have that mentality. They don't want to sell their house during the holidays. And since they don't, what happens? The inventory decreases. Less inventory, still the same amount of buyers looking to buy a home. Sellers typically sell their house 9% more than what they expect to during the holidays for that reason alone.
Really?
Supply and demand.
Exactly. That's economics right there, right? I mean, the fact is, if there's less of something, you're going to spend more on it because it's more valuable.
Yeah, and more competition out there. So if two people are fighting for that same house because they really want it and they want to close before Christmas or New Year's, they're going to pay a little bit extra for it.
Definitely. Now, things are really exciting at Nova. I know you guys have a lot of things going on. I know you're very active in the community with the Boys and Girls Club, other charities and stuff like that. And then you have the big bowl game coming up, the Arizona Bowl.
Absolutely.
And that's going to benefit charities in the area as well.
It's going to benefit Tucsonans all around. If you think bringing a bowl game back to Tucson, especially if chances are the U of A is not going to play in that specific bowl game if they do qualify, but it's going to bring teams from out of town. So with those teams come, the fans, the parents, the families of those teams, and it's just going to bring more money into Tucson. More money in our economy here in Tucson further strengthens consumer confidence, and then the whole home buying cycle just strengthens all around.
And that's what I think is great about Nova. It's about giving back. It is bringing in this tourism dollars for hotels, restaurants, everybody.
Absolutely.
And then, the profits that you guys make off the bowl, you're giving back to charities in the community, which is amazing.
100% of profits go back to charity.
Yeah.
So we're not looking to make a dime. We're looking to strengthen our economy here in Tucson, because that's what it's all about, and that's what Nova does a really good job at. Giving back to the community, reinvesting in ourselves. Because if you take a loan from an online company back east or a nationwide bank, they're going to take those dollars and the profits get distributed among either wherever they're at locally or among 50 states. Nova Home Loans is a Tucson born and bred company. Our corporate office is on Broadway, and if by originating a loan through us, your money stays here in Tucson, which is fantastic.
Definitely, and you guys are Tucson strong and Tucson proud, and definitely a great success story for all of us.
Absolutely.
For the folks at home that want to reach out to you and get pre-qualified for that new home, what's the best way for them to do that?
They can do it two ways. One easy way is visiting my website. It's www.ianbrannongroup.com, or you can always call me. A lot of people like to take phone applications over the phone. Then call me at 520-577-4761.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me again, Jody.